Hey guys, Chris and Lyster-Bradley here as always, and for this Eddy and Eddy review, I did not know at all how to categorize this. I didn't know right from the start how to categorize this because you could look at this as a special, but at the same time you could also look at it as another one of the, sorry I had to adjust something. It's one of the episodes that they normally do, and it's really kind of hard to, for me specifically, categorize this, but Austin Parkinson helped me figure it out. He's not doing reviews of these, or at least I think he's not. I don't know. He's mainly focused on Scooby-Doo right now, but I have a list of things right here to keep me on track throughout the review, so without further ado, let's get started. Now, we open this episode with a scene of yellow flowers across a bright blue sky. First looking at it, I would not think that this was an Eddy movie or special or whatever. And there actually are no starting credits to this episode / special. So I don't know if I could qualify it as a special, but I guess I'm gonna have to because Austin and I agreed on it. So Jimmy, this started out as Jimmy's dream. So he's frolicking in a field of corn with his little stuffed animals following him and holding his hand. Good God. I would think that would be, I would think anyone out there who saw that episode immediately would try to make a Chucky version of it, but I guess not, because I haven't looked, but I doubt anyone has, because why ruin childhood? Anyway, so then a butterfly comes out of nowhere with a brush, and another one takes off his nightcap and brushes his hair with one swoop into a cowlick. I'm not even sure what a cowlick really looks like, but I guess Jimmy's thing is a cowlick. So he's frolicking along and goes to a train stop and gets on a yellow caterpillar. Really wish I could say save that for later, but that's pretty much all we see. He goes, the caterpillar train follows its tracks along, and out of nowhere you see Princess Naz, Schoolboy Rolf, or Sailor Boy Rolf, and shirtless, oily Kevin, and I believe they either eating caramel or fudge. Okay, I really wish I didn't have to, but that, immediately looking at that, at my age now, and being in a neutral zone, I immediately think that's like a fantasy form or some shit, like it's a lucid dream form. And I start complimenting his cowlick, and Rolf says the compliment to the cowlick, like Rolf does, and Jimmy's like, I'm sure that's a compliment somehow. Ends up getting off the caterpillar at a train stop. Jimmy boy, your dream is my nightmare right now for this review. And he comes across a giant thing that he designed or invented in his dream that is currently spanking the bottoms of the eggs. I don't want to see any S&M in Ed and Eddy. I don't. And I really think there's something wrong with Jimmy. If he's thinking about hooking the ends up to an ass slap machine. I would give you a mental image, but I'm afraid my brain would explode from that. Oh my gosh. Okay. So he leaves them alone, starts running, and Sarah is running over to him all slow-mo and happy. And with every step, flowers are blooming from each step as she walks. If she were to walk past flowers in our world, they would die. I'm not saying she's emo. I'm not saying she's deaf. But she is not a nice person. She's not. Well, she's nice to Jimmy and Naz on occasion. But to everyone else, she's an ass. She's an ass, and admit it. She is. And I guess Jimmy has all these different nicknames for her. Burly Protector, Pummeling Protector, some kind of stuff like that. And then, out of nowhere, giant saw blade cuts off between Jimmy and Sarah as they're about to meet. Jimmy just takes a face plant right into the freaking saw, and it becomes a nightmare. Tornadoes, alien claws coming down to take away the cul-de-sac. As Jimmy would put it, after claws are slicing through the earth like a deep dish flan. Are you even? Okay. Jimmy wakes up after falling to his death in the dream. Sarah's there, standing there, waiting for him to wake up. They're talking about his nightmare. Then, apparently, he ate some sugar-coated bonbons before bed. And I'm willing to estimate he ate 8 of them. Sugar and nightmares. It's a vicious cycle. Someone needs to make medicine for that stuff. So Jimmy and Sarah are getting ready to go out and play in the snow because it's winter time. Jimmy comes across a postcard depicting the exact same area where he is. Maybe that dream was a premonition. We'll figure that out as soon as we're done here. Okay, so they're walking, they're playing, they're doing all their stuff. Jimmy slips after the postcard, slips him in a puddle. Although it might not have been a puddle, it might have been ice. Anyway, Johnny and Plank are off getting their Arbor Day hats for the Sadie Hawkins dance. And I still don't even know if that's a real thing, because my school never did it. None of my schools ever did it. Elementary school never actually did it, because actually I don't even think they ever had dances. If they did, that would have surprised me, and I never knew about it. Anyway, they go to roast because Johnny assumes that Plank told him that the next ingredient they need for their Arbor Day hats is a rutabaga. What the fudge is a rutabaga? I'm asking that now, because I don't know. They go over, they're trying to sneak up the fence, and a green glow glistens upon Johnny's face. Johnny walks over to the house, and cutscene. Straight to Jimmy and Sarah. Sarah trying to make snow angels, and Jimmy carving out a giant alien claw out of ice. He's acting like he has PTSD, and he doesn't. You actually have to experience it in real life in order to have it, I assume. I don't know. I'll look that up later. Sarah's trying to stop him from doing what he's doing. We cut over to Double D and Eddy. It's like, I think, like, well, I don't know. Let me see. It's like, wait, damn it. It's like, hang on. 6 minutes, 46 minutes into the episode, and they always show up. This movie is supposed to be about the Eds, not just Jimmy and Sarah and whoever. It's supposed to be about the Eds. They should be at the first part of it. Oh, well, technically they were. Never mind. I retract that. Double D is trying to teach Eddie some stuff, and something gets mentioned about a more decipherable hot potato? How do you decipher a hot potato? And does it have sour cream or chives? Because I would like to eat it. Maybe some butter, a little pepper, maybe some salt. I don't know. I'm hungry a little bit. Eddie tricks Double D into thinking he's writing with a wind-up, chattering teeth. I don't know how he was able to hide that, but okay. And then, after Double D gets done with his math problem, showing Eddie the math problem, Johnny's outside acting all crazy and like, the world is ending! The world is ending! And Double D and Eddie comes to the window laughing at him. So, Johnny's saying that there's aliens, and then Double D and Eddie come out, and Double D is asking everyone if they could please settle down because Eddie is trying to study. He's not studying! He's not even listening to you! Just realize you're not appreciated and just go find some other friends. I mean, I like them as friends, but Double D is not appreciated. He is not appreciated among the Eds. He's not. He's the most unappreciated. You know what? That might... Never mind. I'm dealing with this right now. Okay, what am I doing? Okay. Johnny has a sunburn on his face. I don't know if you can really call it a sunburn. Because is the sun actually even hot enough to cause a sunburn in winter? Well, maybe where they are. I don't know about here. But Naz just brings out a thing of aloe vera. Okay, wait, that's before... Damn it, that's not in my eye. There we go, it's out. This is before... Okay, Naz gives him some aloe vera. Or hands him a bottle of aloe vera. Woman, where in your pocket, where on your person, are you actually able to hide a container that much of aloe vera? Of aloe vera. Because, seriously, you just... Okay, now Double D and A come out and see what's going on. And Johnny's wondering who the fudge will believe him. And then Kevin starts talking about how he's got a Russian patrolling team, trying to make fun of Johnny. But I'm just wondering, off the top of my head, where did that come from? Like, dude, did you actually have like a Russian patrolling team in your backyard once? Did you actually have one in your backyard? If so, I'd love to see that, because that sounds badass. Anyway, so then Double D and Eddie start talking about... Eddie pulls out a lawn chair out from behind him and a thermos of cocoa. A thermos of cocoa. Where are you hiding these things, people? Where are you hiding them? I want to learn that trick. I'm going to learn it. It's a product called the Magic Satchel, if you've ever watched Death Battle. Okay, I'm trying to figure out where I left off. Okay, Double D and Eddie. Double D is saying no, because Eddie's asking if he can get him some marshmallows. You need some marshmallows with your cocoa. You always do. Always. And then Sarah starts yelling at them, scaring Eddie, and ends up spilling all the hot cocoa on himself. And Ed's just going, ooh. And then Double D pulls out a note from his pocket. I can understand where he kept that. He's probably got a pocket for that. And it says he's at Rolf's and he needs help with something. So all the kids are going over to Rolf's to see what's going on. And I've got it written here, laws of physics broken. I don't know very much about physics or the laws of said physics or anything, but I'm pretty damn sure that there is no way that a house that is the size of Rolf's... Hang on. I'd show you an image, but I am incapable of doing so. Right here, it's a perfect circle. Heat does not do that. Heat does not do that. If the temperature in my house, or where I am right now, was 113 degrees, which would probably kill me. Maybe, I don't know. But if it were able to do any of that, it would not affect the outside. Because the heat is trapped in here. Even if there's a window open, the outside isn't going to be affected all that much, if at all. It's just not. Okay. So, they're all trying to figure out what's going on. Eddy and Double D go over to across the lawn, or from the sidewalk to the lawn, and notice that it's unbearably hot, and then Eddy just starts stripping all of a sudden. I feel the need to mention that because it's a weird thing that he just felt the need to do. Excuse me. And then, out of nowhere, out from the frickin' chimney into the playground, this green goopy thing ends up causing a nuclear explosion cloud. So they go over to search and see what's going on. They find a meteor-like thing, and then they talk about it for a brief second. They're saying how it smells and stuff. That goopy hand just bursts out. Everyone starts screaming and running. Kevin looks down, looks at the meteor-like thing, and it actually doesn't look like a meteor. It looks like someone just took a ball of cheese. Took some Swiss cheese, made it into a ball, and hollowed it out. Anyway, they're all screaming, running, and stuff. Double D and Eddy try to leave, and Ed is standing there covered in goop. Okay, I'm fast forwarding this because Ed starts rambling on. Kevin, out of nowhere, pulls out a soapbox and then just starts preaching. Where are you finding these things? I didn't even see a soapbox anywhere in that playground. Seriously. And then there's a little argument between Eddy and Kevin. Eddy steps down. Then Double D goes over to Ed's house to do alien research. I got it right here. Thinking comics equal real life. They do not. They just do not. After about 2 or 3 minutes of Double D researching and then getting scared by things he shouldn't be scared of, hears a noise and then leaves Ed's house to go to HQ, or Alien Defense HQ, gets tackled by Ed, and then goes inside to discuss with everyone else. After Kevin has explained the battle plan, Kevin goes over to Double D and asks what he's found out. Found out that aliens have heat vision. I don't know if that's the thing for all of the aliens in the world, or in the universe, if there are any. That's for you to believe. But I don't think that these aliens have heat vision. I just don't. I think they have the furnace up too high. Which leads Double D to show him a Sub-Zero battlesuit. I've got it even written right here. Child-style Sub-Zero battlesuit. All he did was tape a bag of fish sticks, peas, and other things together to make a vest. It doesn't even look like it would stop anything. I mean, it would probably work as an ice pack for your upper torso if you just got out of the gym and you were doing like some workouts with your torso and stuff. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good workout. Yeah. Don't even start. And then Eddy coming along with a giant vacuum hooked up to a thing for water, sucks up Ed inside of it. Broken physics again. Fast forward, their weapons are bull crap. Who the hell uses cereal for ammunition? Who the hell would use ketchup and mustard as a weapon? Who brushes their hair before a battle? Who the heck thinks that curlers are going to be an effective weapon? Who in their right mind thinks that anything they're doing is going to be helpful? Who the heck thinks that perfume is going to do anything? Fast forward over to what's going on. Sarah decides to make the first move by throwing a perfume stink bomb that Jimmy made for her. It wasn't initially supposed to be that, but it is now. Into the house. It gets thrown back at her, falls on her head. Again, physics broken like hell. Ed tries to go over to see if he can save her, and then Eddy stops both Double D and Ed from going over there and said, "Don't do it, man. They'll suck out your brain." And I have it written down right here. What brain? In an episode of Ed and Eddy, they actually, when he had a flashlight up to his ear, showing them that they would de-skull him, he literally has buttered toast for a brain. Buttered toast for a brain. That's cool, but still, buttered toast on the brain. No brain. And then Johnny starts trying to do his thing, trying to squeeze his fat head down a small-ass chimney. Ends up becoming a giant Johnny head balloon. And all their attempts at trying to attack the alien stronghold fail. They end up deciding to try a new approach, which is give them an offering, which was Naz. Okay, I'll admit Naz probably is good alien bait, but seriously, come on. You're just begging for anyone who doesn't know this episode to immediately go to the wrong direction when you finally open the door and you see that it's a tentacled alien and you just threw Naz into the picture. You're literally begging for it. You're begging for it. I'm not going to do it because I actually have a soul. It's revealed that it's Rolf with a squid on his head. His relatives are in town. They are not aliens. Well, not by a certain technicality aliens, but the issue is resolved. Everyone just leaves except for the Eds because they're kind of sort of forced, except for Double D and Ed. They run out of the house before they can get captured, but Eddy is used as an ottoman. They end up leaving Naz in the middle of the sidewalk, or in the middle of the driveway, tied between two light posts. Seriously, you're begging for the worst to happen. And then you see a bunch of claws. The same alien claws that were in Jimmy's dream are pulling the cul-de-sac across space. And then you get the end credits. Okay, so that's my entire review of the movie. I tried to be as neutral as possible. If it didn't sound like I was neutral, if it didn't sound like I was being biased at all, thank you for thinking so. Because I really want this to be neutral. But these shows have been a part of my life. The show has been a part of my life since childhood, and it really hurts that I have to review them like this. It really does, no lie. The next thing I'm going to do is the movie. I'm going to try to make the video as short as possible for my own sake, for my own reasons, because I don't want to have to be uploading some 40-minute long video, because that's kind of a large use of my battery, and I don't have a lot of battery to use. It's a good special / episode for what it is. They probably could have done better. They probably could have screw it. Danny Antonucci did his very best with what he had. I'm sorry that he probably may or may not have had any part in this episode, which is actually very sad to me. It really is. Because I like Danny Antonucci and what he did. I wish I knew what other things he did, because I might look it up. If you guys have any recommendations, you can certainly tell me in the comment section. But anyway, this has been my review of this special. That's all four. Next up is the movie, because I'm doing this all backwards instead of like a normal person would. Good day, good night, good evening to you all. Comment, like, subscribe if you're up to it. I'll see you guys in my next video, which will probably be up tomorrow. I'm gone. Just bye. Freaking tentacles and knives. It's not right.